Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create video with the power of GPT. ChatGPT has functionality, as you probably already know, to generate a large amount of data. So I'm going to ask GPT today to create a plan, slide by slide, for a video about the history of management through the years up till today in 12 slides. I'm going to say include 2 bullets of detailed content per slide. I'm going to tell it specifically, don't just give me an idea, generate content. And I'm going to hit send. So I'm going to stop it right there. And this is what you need to get used to doing when you're working with GPT, because it is giving me high level bullets without giving me the detail of what I want. So I'm going to tell it again, give me details, not just slide bullets. Create a script for teaching this stuff. And now it's giving me what I want. Did you see the way I was able to bend it towards what I was seeking? Because without that, look at what it was about to do. It was about to give me bullets to say brief explanation, overview, but assuming I am just a beginner, stock beginner, and I wanted to create this video, I needed to generate that content for me. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. I wanted to mention the likes of Maslow, Douglas McGregor from Sloan School of Management. I wanted it to mention things like TQM. Now it's in the right vein. It's giving me exactly what I want. And you can do this for any topic. You could do this from the history of jazz to the history of project management, anything. Now, this is a common theme with GPT. I deliberately used my free version because I wanted to show you how to overcome problems that it may present. So right now I've got a problem. It's hooked. How do you get GPT to move forward beyond being hooked? You got to give it a command. You got to tell it, continue. And it continues. So working with GPT needs quite a bit of experience. Otherwise, you won't get what you want and you will end up being frustrated. Now it's concluding the theme exactly as I want it. It looks good. I'm pleased at the output. Now I'm going to copy this script and I'm going to go over to another AI tool that I want to introduce you to. And that tool is Pictory. Pictory.ai is one of the best tools that exists in the market for helping you take scripts and generating video. As you can see here, it says text to video creation. Who uses Pictory? YouTube creators, marketers, social media managers, agencies, bloggers, a whole lot of people, my friend. If you go to the home, it says automatically create short, highly shared branded videos from your long form content. Quick, easy, and cost effective. No technical skills or software download required. Get started for free. So I'm going to go into my AI tool of choice, Pictory. And when you get into Pictory, after you have signed up for either standard $19 a month or $39 a month or even free, once you've signed in, you will be able to access the full functionality. This is an account that I've logged into. I have these functionalities: script to video, article to video, edit videos using text, and visuals to video. It's very robust. The sky's the limit. I'm going to choose the simple script to video. Let's click on the proceed button. And right here, I'm going to paste my script and begin cleaning it up. And I'm going to explain why you need to clean it up. You need to clean up the script because there are places where there are breaks that don't make sense. For example, slide 9, as you can see, had a hiccup. And I'm going to take away that unwanted text, which is the account name. And here it says, digital transformation is another important aspect. You can see how I had to tidy that up because it got hooked. And then I'm going to look for the close bracket, and I don't see a close bracket. And I'm just going to say management in the 21st century and digital transformation. Okay, so I'm going to have to edit this. GPT did its best, but needs a little bit of editing, right? So I'm going to create some breaks. I'm going to create some separation between the slides, just so that everything is as crystal clear and formatted as possible. When you're using Pictory, make sure you create breaks using the enter button, because the enter button is a signal to the system to put some separation in between the slides and to create the video based on these breaks. So right now, I'm going to get a very good breakdown of the content, but I don't want to inundate my viewers by having so much text on one slide. For that reason, you got to use the breaks as much as possible. So watch how I split this. By making a slide, have several breaks. So there's a title, and I'm going to break those. There's the title and then a break. Title and a break. And as much as possible, try to break the work down. Here we go. Let's break this down again. And let's break this down again if we can. Slide 4. It's always good to break it down as much as possible. Let's go ahead and create some space there. And I'm going to do this very quickly. And I'm at the tail end of wordsmithing this to create good enough breaks that tell the story well. When you are done with that, the next step will be to go in here to scene settings. Taking a look at scene settings, I could choose to auto highlight words, auto visual selections, or create new scenes based on sentence breaks with a full stop or line breaks. I want both, so I will leave both, but you can choose whatever you want. The next step here is to click on the proceed button. Clicking on the proceed button takes us to a choose template page. Since I've been here before, I've chosen a few templates that I like, and here in my templates, I can see those. I could choose the subtitle yellow, caption subtitles, lemon, caption dove. It really depends. I'm going to go ahead and choose one that you typically see a lot on social media, this one. And I'm going to show you how I tweak it to suit my needs. Now you can choose a 16:9 landscape, portrait, or 1:1. I'm going to go ahead and choose 16:9. Click continue. And right now, this is the magic of Pictory. The storyboard is being created, and it doesn't take that long. It is going to create a storyboard based on the text and present to me an assortment of videos for every one of those breaks, the line breaks, the section breaks, and at the end of the day, I will be able to go in there and choose another video. If I don't like the videos that it's given me, I will be able to search by words, and I will be able to create a finished product that has not only video, not only text, but the power of AI voices. Isn't that crazy? So if you are thinking of subscribing to Pictory, I want to assure you that this is a very good way to go. It is very user-friendly, and it is as simple as what I just showed you. Go in there, create an account, and begin banging out videos with speed and ease. Going back here, we can see it's still cooking. It does take some time, but I want to assure you that combining the power of ChatGPT and its ability to create scripts, just as you saw me do, and the power of an AI tool that can give you splendid video. And not just video that it creates, but also your video. You are able to import your video into this tool as well. So let's give it a little bit of time to think. It seems to be having a little bit of a hiccup here. We'll give it some time to think, and then we'll go to the next screen. When everything has rendered, we'll be able to see what Pictory has produced by virtue of the text that it has received. Now it seems to have rendered. It says the text to video visuals already. It's going to change pages here shortly, and we're going to be able to select what we need from the video, replace what we don't like, and move forward with this production. Here we go. So some of these variables, as far as the parameters and how long it takes to render and so on, it really depends on a lot. Your computer definitely does have a part to play in this, your internet connection, reliability, and things such as that. But once the page has moved on, things move pretty swiftly, as you're about to see. And here we are. It has advanced, and I'm going to call this management right up here. Now we can see how the slides will look. As you can see on the left here, there are a number of tabs. I'm going to put on the spotlight so you can see we got a number of tabs here: story, visual, elements, audio, text, styles, and branding. We're going to focus on story for now. And this breaks down the entire rendered script slide by slide. Now here in Pictory, you can see we call it scene. So this is scene 1, scene 2, and so on. This first one, Another Day, Another Story, is just a default. And if we don't want to see it, we can actually hide the default by clicking on that Do Not Show button. So we can hide that. Let's go back to story and continue. So now that I've hidden it, we can see that the text seems a little bit overbearing. It's looking good with the first video. I don't mind the first video, but the text needs a little bit of a tweak. So we're going to select that, go to the text size over here. It says 36. I'm going to make that smaller. Let's try a 14 and see how big that comes to. Now it's very, very little. We can make it an 18. Now that's not bad. We're also going to use the text width functionality to stretch out the text. And it's not bad. Let's move it down. And if you like what you see in this first instance, you can apply the entire thing to all of the scenes. So let's click on Apply to All, and we'll just work from there. So now it's taken that first configuration that seemed all over the place, and it's brought it lower down the screen so that it doesn't obstruct. Now we're going to scene 2 and tweak as you need, as you see fit. So not bad. Interrupts the video a little bit. So there are many ways you can tweak this to get what you want. And one of the quickest ways is to keep adjusting the size of the text so that the text fits in a non-obstructive way. Again, I'm going to roll that down, and I'm going to adjust the background. I want it to be a little bit more transparent. So I'm going to move it from here somewhere towards the middle. Now you can see the transparency has changed so that even if the text overlays on top of the video, I can still see what is under. In other words, I can see the video. It's really a thing of choice. So I'm going to tweak it a little bit more. I want it to be a little bit transparent, but not too transparent. So somewhere around here seems good. And if you like what you're seeing, management is the process of coordinating and overseeing the work. Just keep advancing. So here we are in the next one. And all you need to do is ensure that what is in the text is what you want. If you don't like the text, you can actually get rid of it. So I don't want to see slide 2. I just want it to go to early management approaches, classical school. You see how I got rid of the text there? And up here, I can also get rid of that. Now, to be proactive, you can actually do this before you import. It really depends on you. But I'm keeping track slide by slide. Now, the reason why you want to take out things like slide 1, scene 1, and all that is when you're doing the text to voice, you're going to have that stuff in there. And I don't want to have that in there. All right. So I can use my forward arrow button to quickly get through all of this content. Now, what I forgot to do in my scene 2 was apply to all. So I want to take this and I want to apply to all. I want it to have that overlay in all of the slides. So we're going to take a look at how that's better. See, that's what I'm talking about. So you can quickly get a count of how many slides are here or how many scenes. In other words, how many video clips. So it shows me there are 40 of them. And I can jump around. I don't have to go in sequential order. I can get rid of whatever text I want. So I'm going to take the liberty and do a little bit of cleanup. Now that you get the idea of what I'm doing, I'm going through the slides. I'm trying to decide if these videos are exactly what I want. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just so I can keep using my backspace button and editing them quickly. Now, someone says, but what if there's an instance where I don't like a slide? How do I correct that? So this guy looking sleepy with the money, that's not bad. Let me look for another one because that, so here, growing of the environmental and social issues. If I wanted to replace this slide for 2035, all I need to do is go to visuals and search for a better video clip. So I'm going to search for trees and environment. It's already suggesting that's the power of AI. Already has an idea of what I'm looking for. And all I need to do is click on that video right here, and it's going to be replaced. That's simple. And then go back to story and keep wordsmithing it. And you go through this process with all the slides. So I'm going to take the liberty and do a little bit of wordsmithing and clean up. And when I'm done with that, I'll show you what the next steps are. So there are a few things I'm doing here and there that I think you might benefit from seeing. And I don't want to just whiz through them because you might find yourself needing to work them. So here in this slide, you can see I have chapter 1 over here. Let me make it big on the screen so you can see what I'm referring to. So there's chapter 1 as a highlighted word, but I don't want that highlighted in the text. So what I do is I come over here and double click and highlight that. And I come up here and this unhighlight tool, when I click on this unhighlight tool, it takes it away from being highlighted back to just regular. And that's how you work it. And now you can see that's unhighlighted. I am now going back in there to create some chapters because I decided it might be a good thing to have some chapters so people can follow the narration and follow the transitions. So I'm going to put in a chapter here, and all you do is click. I'm just going to Control V some of the text that I copied from previous, paste it in there, and that's it. Go to the next chapter, chapter 6, management in the late 20s. Click on that, Control V it, and change that to chapter 6. And then down to management in the late 20th century. Lightly click, Control V, and make that chapter 7. And then management in the 21st century. Now this is one that we will have to unhighlight again. So again, Control V it. That's going to be chapter 8. And it seems to have just automatically self-corrected. Maybe it knows I don't want the chapters highlighted. Now we're going to digital transformation over here. Let's see if it will do the same thing. Control V it. And this is going to be chapter 9. Backspace 9. And this is one we're going to have to unhighlight. So coming over here, highlighting what you don't want, and unhighlighting. It's that simple. Now we go over to slide 10, which is sustainability. Right here. Same process, Control V it. Type in a 10. Go over to the actual slide. Click. Make sure what you want is selected. You can also use things like Shift and those space buttons to select text, and just click on highlight. So we're almost there. We've got 2 more slides. We've got challenges. This should be a fairly easy one to do. Challenges and opportunities. Make this 11. And slide 12, the conclusion. Lightly click in it. Control V. Backspace added 2. Now we've got pretty much all that we need. Remember, this is a very scrappy illustration because I usually would spend more time. But if we go to the end of this, we typically have an outro slide in some instances. In this template, I don't think I put one in. And that's fine. We don't need an outro slide. But let's say you did, and let's say you wanted to put some branding in there in a final slide. Then you click on the branding option there, and you would need to upload a logo. And you would also need to choose to enable the intro. And by default, it says another day, another story. But I could change this to the history of management and get rid of all this stuff. Click on the outside, and the outro. Thanks for watching. It's got the company logo there that was put there previously. For the intro, I can adjust the text, make it bigger. And I can spread it out a little bit more. And I can go to visuals. I can search for management. And I could choose something with a dark hue like that. And all I do is click on it. There it is. And this text, I'm going to highlight this text by making it white. There's my text color. And it's crashed. Well, this is a perfect opportunity to show you how to get uncrashed. Try refreshing the page, press F5. So let's do F5. Every opportunity is one to learn. And there you have it, F5. All right, so not bad. Now I'm going to put a little bit of background in there because I think it needs a better background hue. Let's come around here. And now you should be able to see it better. You see what I just did there? Great. All right, so there we go, have it. The history of management. There are many things you could do. Remember, you can spend time to your heart's content getting this fixed. All right, so going back to branding, we've got the intro. I'm happy with it. We got the outro. Thanks for watching. I'm going to make this a little bit different, a bit wider. Okay. Going to centralize it, justify it, center like that. And we're good. Okay. So what happens next? Now that we've done the story, we need to choose audio and spoken word. So we're going to choose the voiceover, and I'm going to activate the sound just so that you can hear all that's going on in the background. So it's suggesting that I use Cosmos. Let's hear. It's not bad, being that it's a kind of bed sound. It's not going to interfere with the voice too much. Now let's click on audio settings, and you can see you can adjust the background music volume from 100% to as little as 2%. My intuition tells me something around the region of 10 should be okay under most circumstances. Let's go back to background music and let's check it out again. Not bad. But it sounds a little bit foreboding, doesn't it? So let's see what else it's got. Now that's not bad. Okay. So let's hear that one more time. I think that was City Limits, was it? No. Ashes to Dust. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit apply. Now we've locked in Ashes to Dust. And I've also locked that background music volume to 10. Now we're going to the voiceover. And I'm going all the way back to the story, the very beginning. And let's check out the voices. So back to audio, and let's listen to Ava.
Welcome to Pictory. It has been shown that.
Let's listen to Tom.
Welcome to Pictory. It has been shown that.
Let's listen to Liam.
Welcome to Pictory. It has been shown that video increases conversion rate by 80%.
Not bad. Okay. So let's see. Liam. Apply. Now, before we apply, Liam, I want to show you something else you could do. You could click on the speed and you could take it down a notch for non-English speakers, just down a tiny little notch to 95. it sounds less robotic in my opinion. And there's Liam. Let's apply. Now Liam is locked in. And I can check out this page by clicking on preview. It's going to render.
The history of management.
Not bad. Next page. Let's have a quick preview. It's taking its time.
Introduction. Hello, and welcome to our video about the history of management.
Now, this is where it gets fun. You saw a classic Pictory quirk where you're going to have to go in there and create some punctuation so it doesn't sound weird. So that introduction, hello, doesn't make sense. And that's why it's good to actually preview everything and make tweaks. So hello and welcome to our video about the history of management. Now let's see if it says it like that. And ideally, you should render everything. And
Hello and welcome to our video about the history of management.
that's better. And I'll just do one of these and I'll render it and then we'll check it out. So let's do preview again. Preparing video.
Chapter 1. Management is the process of coordinating and overseeing the work of others to achieve organizational goals.
Not bad. I'm going to go back for my non-English speakers and I'm going to tweak this and take it down to a 90 because he speaks a tiny bit quicker than I would have liked for a non-English speaker to comprehend. On second thoughts, looking at this, I would have liked this to be a little bit darker, but it's all good. We're going to go ahead and we're going for the big finish. So there's the story again. Quick cursory overview. I know it's going to struggle with a few words and names. Hopefully it will know how to pronounce these names, but if not, you can always go back in there and tweak things up. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and you are going to have the pleasure of seeing the fully rendered picture. Let's go in there and click on generate. And this takes some time to do. So generate. And let's see the outcome. So let's go ahead and generate the final video. Hit generate up there, and it's going to take its sweet time in generating the scenes. This could take upwards of 5 to 10 minutes, even longer, depending on a number of parameters. So let's wait for it to cook, and I'll show you what the end result is. One of the things Pictory is really good at is keeping you engaged as your render happens. You can see that it's giving you information, a little bit of trivia about the tool and about video in general. Video boosts conversion rates by 80%. Really powerful, right? And then here you can see it's creating the scenes. It's done. So you've got that assurance. And secondly, it says generating the video, custom intro, outro, such and such, and it says approximately 7 minutes. Now, what typically happens is you see that countdown going from 39, 38, 37, and so on. It's giving you approximation of 7 minutes, but I've seen towards the end, the 7 minutes just squishes up into like 2-3 minutes. So it can be very quick, depending on a lot of variables like how many people are on and how long your video is, and stuff like that. So we'll give it a little bit more time and it will soon be ready. Now we can see the video generation process is pretty much done. The next step at this point would be for you to go ahead and to click on download. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the download to PC. And over here, you can see it's about 80 megabytes, which is a pretty decent size. That's not too big. When it's done, I'm going to open it in another window, and then you can watch what exactly the AI tool has done. Here we go.
The history of management.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and play the rest for you. Let's watch.
Hello and welcome to our video about the history of management. Chapter 1. Management is the process of coordinating and overseeing the work of others to achieve organizational goals. It's a crucial aspect of any business or organization, and it has evolved significantly over the years. In this video, we'll explore the history of management and how it has changed to meet the needs of today's world. Chapter 2. Early Management Approaches, Classical School. The classical school of management emerged in the late 19th century, with the goal of improving efficiency and productivity in the workplace. Frederick Taylor, often referred to as the father of scientific management, developed a system that analyzed work processes and optimized them for maximum efficiency. Henri Fayol, a French engineer and management theorist, developed a set of principles for effective management that emphasized the importance of planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. Chapter 3. Early Management Approaches, Behavioral School. In the early 20th century, the behavioral school of management emerged, emphasizing the importance of the human factor in the workplace. This school of thought rejected the notion of treating workers like machines and instead focused on understanding and improving their behavior. Elton Mayo, a psychologist and management theorist, conducted experiments at the Hawthorne Works factory in the 1920s and 1930s, which demonstrated the impact of social and psychological factors on productivity. Chapter 4. Management in the mid-20th century. Management science. In the mid-20th century, management science emerged as a field of study, combining mathematics, statistics, and computer science to improve decision-making in the workplace. Operations research, a subset of management science, used mathematical models to analyze and optimize business processes. This approach became increasingly important during World War II, when governments used it to improve logistics and supply chain management. Chapter 5. Management in the mid-20th century, Human Relations. The human relations movement grew out of the behavioral school of management, emphasizing the importance of communication, motivation, and employee satisfaction in the workplace. Abraham Maslow and Douglas McGregor developed theories of human motivation that emphasized the importance of fulfilling basic needs and providing opportunities for personal growth. These theories led to the development of modern human resource management practices, including performance appraisals, training and development programs, and employee benefits. Chapter 6. Management in the late 20th century, Total Quality Management. In the late 20th century, Total Quality Management, TQM, emerged as a popular approach to improving quality and customer satisfaction in the workplace. TQM emphasized continuous improvement, customer focus, and employee involvement. It became popular in Japan during the 1960s and 1970s, and it spread to other parts of the world in the 1980s and 1990s. Chapter 7. Management in the late 20th century, Business Process Reengineering. Business Process Reengineering, BPR, emerged in the late 20th century as a radical approach to improving organizational performance. BPR involved the redesign of entire business processes to eliminate waste, reduce costs, and improve quality. This approach became popular in the 1990s, as companies sought to adapt to changing market conditions and technological advancements. Chapter 8. Management in the 21st century, Agile. Agile is a relatively new approach to working that emphasizes flexibility, adaptability, and rapid response to changing circumstances. It grew out of the software development industry in the 1990s, but it has since been applied to a wide range of industries and organizational contexts. Agile emphasizes customer collaboration, iterative development, and continuous improvement. Management in the 21st century. Chapter 9. Digital transformation. Digital transformation is another important aspect of management in the 21st century. It involves the integration of digital technology into all areas of a business or organization, from operations and processes to customer engagement and marketing. Digital transformation has become increasingly important in recent years, as businesses have had to adapt to the rapid pace of technological change and the shift to remote work. Chapter 10. Management in the 21st century. Sustainability. Sustainability is another key issue that modern managers must address. With the growing awareness of environmental and social issues, businesses are increasingly expected to operate in a sustainable and responsible manner. This involves minimizing the environmental impact of operations, promoting social and economic equity, and ensuring long-term viability and profitability. Chapter 11. Challenges and opportunities for modern managers. As we have seen, modern managers face a wide range of challenges and opportunities. They must navigate the rapidly changing business landscape, adapt to new technologies and ways of working, and address complex social and environmental issues. However, these challenges also present opportunities for innovation, growth, and positive impact. Chapter 12. Conclusion. In conclusion, the history of management is a fascinating and complex topic, spanning over a century of theory, practice, and evolution. From the classical school of management to the agile management of today, the field has undergone significant changes and adaptations to meet the needs of a constantly evolving business landscape. As we look to the future, it is clear that management will continue to play a critical role in shaping the success of organizations and society as a whole. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share.
All right. Well, there you have it, my friends. You saw it yourself. You saw how I built this from
The
scratch.
history of management.
This was
Hello.
not something that I wrote. It wasn't something I developed. It was an idea, and it started in ChatGPT. So let's go through the motions of how this video was assembled. Here's the recipe. Get a great idea for video. That's step 1. Step 2, break into slides and a robust script in GPT. This is key, and if you missed the beginning, you want to go back to see how I got GPT. I insisted on GPT following what I wanted it to, even though it was being a little bit belligerent at first. Then edit the script. I did a little bit of editing in this script. I changed some of the language about Agile because I didn't like it, and I made some tweaks, very minor tweaks. So you got to go through the script and make sure it makes sense. Edit the script, import, or copy, paste into Pictory AI. Follow the steps in editing and tweaking the videos, that is, and ultimately select the sound you want, select the music, and select the voiceover, and preview some of the video before rendering. Now, there are parts of this, like towards the conclusion, that didn't have a period and things like that. You can always go back in and edit things like that. And finally, download the rendered video. Okay. And that's it. These are your 9 steps. I should say, I'm going to give you one more step. 10 steps to generating full AI video. Finally, upload your video, of course. It's that simple. And honestly, you know, there are going to be some people that take this and run with it. And those are the smart ones. They're going to be able to go in there, make a killing using this stuff. And there are going to be some who stay by the sidelines and do nothing with it. But I've empowered you. What are you going to do with it? So let me show you one more thing. Let's close this. It's saved under my projects. But I want to show you, you can go to my projects. Go into my projects. I have saved a bunch of projects inside this folder, but you can create a folder just like that. I'll just call it other videos, create the folder, and then you can select other videos that are meant to be moved in here, select move to folder, click other videos, and in the blink of an eye, it's all moved, it's all arranged, it's all organized. All right. Well, that's it, my friends. I hope this helped someone because I know there's some of you that wonder, those videos, how do people do them? How do I get to do video like that? Well, your buddy Phil showed it to you right here on the channel. And you know what? I would really appreciate it if you hit a like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you more content about AI. Share with your friends. If you have some friends that are in the arts, you know, some friends that are into graphics and design, I'm sure they will appreciate knowing that this exists because this was pretty much a secret until I searched and found Pictory. No one told me about it. I went out, found it, and, you know, the sky's the limit with AI now. You know, for those of you who are looking to get engaged in doing something productive, why don't you become an AI video art expert? You know, go out on the likes of the Upworks and, you know, the Fivers of this world, and maybe you can make some dough that way. All right. Don't despise the days of tiny little beginnings. It could grow into something really powerful. For the longest time, I hired video people to do things like this for me, paying tens of thousands of dollars yearly to be able to do this. Now, it doesn't even need much of a human intervention. Snap of a finger. This video would have probably cost me at least $2,000 to $3,000 back in the day to create. Now, I didn't even write the script. I only modified it. All right. I hope this gave you some ideas, my friends. Thank you very much. I'll see you hopefully soon in the next video. Bye for now.